Today, I want to discuss the most common misconception about wills, which is that it will keep your family out of court. People believe that putting together a will where you tell um, your final wishes to your family via this document. You say, I want my house to go here. I want my jewelry to go there. I want my, collection of comic books, stamps, anything else you can think of, handbags, to go to these specific people. Um, when you do that in a will, yes, you are making your wishes known, but it's not automatic upon your death. Unfortunately, what people believe a will does and what it actually does are two very different things. A will still have to go through the probate process. A will not circumvent that process. Now, there are different processes for situations where there is a will and where there is not a will, but all of it requires court. So, in the probate process, a lot of people think is really for your family or loved one or your heirs' benefit. It's not. It's for the benefit of creditors. And so, I don't know about you, but my final concerns are not going to be for my creditors. They're going to be for my family and my friends that I have addressed in my estate plan. I want to make sure the things that I have are going to the right places and not to creditors or to government entities. So, because of this most common misconception, you can take some time and actually look in your own state's unclaimed property registry. I'm pretty sure that the number is going to be pretty shocking. And a lot of this is because people don't know how to go after these assets, or they don't have the money to go in and claim what's rightfully theirs. And it's all very unfortunate, but it is the truth of the matter. So when you create a will, and I do think everybody should have a will. Let me be clear about that. You should absolutely have a will, but you need to go into it understanding that this means your family will need to go to court, and in hopes that they will be able to receive the things that you have put into this final document for them. And it's not always the case, because depending on what it is and what's going on at the time of your passing, the creditors may have first dibs at things. So these are things that you need to consider. And this is one of the main reasons why you see a lot of people creating trust. And so let me just also stop there and say that trusts are not just for the ultra wealthy. I think it's actually more important that middle class folks actually have a trust in place, more so because you don't have a plethora of assets per se. You have a limited amount of assets, and those things you want to go and stay within your family, or however, you've decided you want them to be handled. And so a will's not going to do that for you. Now, in the end, is it possible that your will be honored? Yes, but it's going to be at a cost, because you got to go to court. And it's also public. A trust, not public. It stays out of court because it is not titled to you individually. It's to your trust. And you have beneficiaries of your trust who receive those things at the time of your passing, or whatever you have set up in your trust plan. So those are just things that I want you to be aware of when you create that final last will and testament, right? It is not the end all be all. It is not going to keep your family out of court. And you may want to consider other asset protection or estate planning items that will help you actually effectuate your final wishes.